Teachers College Fiction Running Record Assessment presented by Judy Keklik. The purpose of this assessment is for teachers to use this test for diagnostic purposes to determine a student's strengths and weaknesses about reading in the beginning of the year. Formative assessment in January, March, and June to analyze the effectiveness of instruction between testing periods. And finally, it is used as a summative assessment to compare a student's score against grade level benchmarks. And my school uses it for all three of these purposes. So what does it assess? It assesses accuracy, fluency, and comprehension. Accuracy meaning a student's ability to read words in the text accurately. Fluency measures how smooth the student reads, including expression and rate. Comprehension is how well the reader understands the text. Qualitative data collected includes notes on problem-solving skills when attacking unknown words. Comprehensive data, an assignment of a letter which correlates to a criterion reference reading benchmark that are present for the beginning, middle, and end of year. And quantitative data such as accuracy, error, and self-correction rate is also measured. So before administration of levels A through Z+, the teacher estimates the student's independent level, either using last year's assessment data or a just right book they just happen to be reading. The teacher prepares by printing set 1 of all levels and makes a master set that he or she puts in a binder. Set 2 is for the alternating assessment. There is a teacher copy and a student copy. The teacher should read the book prior to issuing the assessment, so she's familiar with the story or passage. Administering fluency. The teacher introduces the text exactly how it is written and records the miscues as the child reads. After orally reading, the miscues can be further analyzed for syntactic cues. Did it sound right? Does the error use acceptable English? Graphophonetic cues. Does it look right visually? And semantic cues. Did the error make sense? The teacher then counts the errors and determines if the student accuracy rate was independent at 96% or above. Or was it 90 to 95% would be instructional, or 90% or below would be too challenging or hard for the child at this time. The Teachers College has marked off the first 100 words to make finding a percentage easier. Using the fluency scale to measure pacing, parsing, and prosody is very important, sometimes overlooked by teachers. Note that before level K, fluency is not considered in determining an independent reading level. Also for levels A and B, accuracy is not a factor in determining an independent level. You'd be using reading behaviors that would be found in the sidebar of the assessment. Administering comprehension. The teacher reads the book. Introduction as written in the teacher copy of the assessment. Very important that they read exactly what is prepared for the teacher to read. Comprehension is assessed by asking the child to retell the text and answer 2 inference-based questions and 2 literal questions. Students need to give a strong retelling or answer 3 out of 4 of the comprehension questions correctly in order to pass. The person administering the assessment does not need to ask the child any of the comprehension questions that she already answered while retelling. Note, the students can use the text to help them get started on the retell. This can be tricky to use because you don't want the child to be reading from the text verbatim. That is not a retell. A great feature is that the guidelines for answering the questions are given on the teacher copy. Final score. The text is at a child's independent level when he or she answers yes to the final score questions. Extremely important that you find the child's highest independent level. Continue trying more difficult text until you found the student's instructional level. The strengths and weaknesses of the Teachers College assessment is that it's a quick and easy way to assess oral reading behavior, tracks progress over time, and teachers can use the assessment to present to parents. Students can also see their progress to set goals for themselves. The downfall of the assessment, that many people feel that it's too subjective. Additionally, the test can be time consuming, taking the teacher away from instruction. She would really have to plan when she's going to assess her children, how many she's going to do a day, and that requires planning. I use the Teachers College fiction running record assessment, and I love it. I didn't get to finish out the year, but we anticipate using it for next year. Thank you.